Chief Minister Conrad Sangma clarified that the government's proposal to take over salary payments for autonomous district council employees is optional, not mandatory. He said that the decision to accept government support is at the discretion of the ADCs. Sangma announced that 3 subcommittees will engage with respective ADCs and submit a report within 45 days. He reiterated that the state government won't interfere in ADC's day-to-day functioning. Sangma also said that the ADCs will be asked to appoint a principal secretary to oversee financial administration, ensuring funds are used for salaries and financial reforms.
It's not that I'm speaking in general of all the councils. Some councils are doing better compared to others because they have a better structure and system in place. But at large, absolutely right, the councils need to have their own reforms internally. And we're ready to guide and assist them, especially, as I said, the financial reforms. Coming to your committee report, which you mentioned, definitely we will examine it. It's a long time back. It's almost 30 years, 40 years back. So really it's difficult for me to give any comment right now. But I will definitely examine the matter. Definitely. It's a very good point you've made. I'll definitely examine it. So we will talk to the councils, and the councils that are agreeable to work with the government based on a simple condition and a reform for financial reforms. Again, I repeat, financial reforms only, where we are focusing on, number one, utilization of the money that we give for now for the salaries and different aspects of service rule, financial rules and procurement rules and so on and so forth. Based on those conditions, yes, from 1st of November, we intend to work with those councils that are willing to work with us and agreeing to this basic condition. And we will pay the salaries on 1st along with the salaries of the government employees. Autonomy is different from paying the salaries. I have repeated again and again, we are not going to be interfering in the files. We're not interfering in the procedures. We're not interfering in the land rights and in the different aspects of the powers of the district councils as per the Constitution of India, and we can't. We don't have the right also to do it. So we're very, very clear about it. And that's the reason in the past I've been mentioning again and again that these are autonomous bodies. And therefore, it's their responsibility. It's an internal matter. And they have their own government. So it is not possible for us to interfere. But it is only a measure from our side, considering the financial constraints they're facing, that we would like to financially only work with them to see that in the long term there is a financial stability. So that is really what our objective. All I'm saying right now is that considering the challenges they face, the employees should not suffer. Today, because employees are not getting salaries, the councils are not functioning. And Jente Hills also is facing problems, Garo is also facing problems. So what we are guaranteeing is that the employees will not have to suffer and the salaries will be cleared on time and work will continue. And in the process, we will go for reforms, financial reforms. Again, I'm repeating because people are confused about that also. And we will do the financial reforms internally and work towards strengthening the councils so that they become again financially independent. And we expect that revenues will go up in that line. So therefore, the subcommittee that we formed will go into all of these details. So this money will be there. So as I said, right now, what is important for us is that we realize that intervention of the government is necessary at this point in time. I've got enough memorandums from Jente Hills. I've got enough memorandums from Garo Hills. And therefore, considering the situation, we are concerned about the functioning of the councils and the employees. And so we will be paying their salaries on 1st of every month. And then, as I said, this subcommittee that has been formed is going to work out on the details of other factors, how to increase revenue, how to use that revenue in the salary part or not. And this will be done as per the district council and the different governments that are there. Discussion will be done with them. That's a question in 1972 which should have been looked into. But I think we're in a situation where these are now an integral part of our system and of our governance. And therefore, this is a larger matter that has to be decided by Parliament. A lot of people actually have been questioning and saying that this government doesn't want district councils to continue. Absolutely incorrect. That is not our intention at all. And it is not even our jurisdiction to say that. It is the parliament that decides about the future of the district councils. We have no power in that. So keeping that in mind, the councils have got a very important role to play. And, and the different powers and different subjects have been identified in the constitution. So therefore, from that point of view, they are relevant very much. Can they do better? Well, they have to figure it out themselves. I don't want to comment on that. But I personally feel, without interfering into their role, that there are a lot of areas where we can improve the overall functioning. And I hope the councils will look into that. But as I said, for me, as of now, I'm purely talking about their financial stability.
What happened to that?
That's absolutely incorrect. In fact, only 60 or 70% of that was released by Government of India. And in all the works, if you see, the utilization of all the works have been submitted. So therefore, that is incorrect. And all the work has been done. We did not get at that point all the funds because this was linked to other councils also. And then the UCs of all the rest of the councils also got stuck. And finally, Government of India stopped that particular program. So we were not able to get the total funds. But whatever funds were received, those funds were utilized, and everything is on record and paper.
Sir, earlier the government, I recall, stating that GHADC have already exhausted their funds. So now in this that you all have decided to pay the salaries, how, if you can just clarify more on that, please?
They have already exhausted their funds, which is absolutely correct. They are going in a negative balance. That's also correct. And that's the reason why salaries are not being able to be paid on time. But as I said, though they are an autonomous body, and though it is their responsibility, technically speaking, it is our responsibility, politically speaking, to support important organizations like these. And therefore, as I said, it's an important decision. It's a historical decision in one way, that today government is coming forward and giving, in a way, an olive branch, so that we see the continuity of these traditional institutes, which are very, very important for our preservation of our people, culture, traditions. And therefore, we are going out of our way to make this happen. So that's why it's an important decision. And you're right, it's a negative balance. But it is important for us as a government to not neglect and to support organizations like these when they are in need. And that's the decision we've taken.
Is it a grant or a loan or a reimbursable?
No, it's not like that. As I said, we will work. So as I said, the subcommittees are going to work. My point being very simple. Let me just sum it up because I have to leave for the cabinet retreat. Let me sum it up. Because of the problems that the councils are facing, and because of which employees are not getting salary today, which could be because of certain financial aspects, some rules, some correction, and streamlining the process, or huge manpower, how to reduce it. Why should the employees of the council suffer? And because the councils are not getting the salaries, sometimes there is bans, sometimes there is this and that, and councils don't suffer, and at the end, public suffers. What we are doing today is we are intervening to ensure that the employees get the salary on time. So we want the councils to function, we want the employees to be there, and therefore the government is extending a support in that line. Now, how will we work out the nitty-gritties of that? That, as I said, subcommittees will sit down. But as I said, now, if we don't do this, the councils will collapse. At least, Jante Hills and Garo Hills are, going through huge difficult financial difficulty. And it will be impossible to retrieve them, after maybe 3-4 years, 5 years. So we felt the need to intervene. Now the nitty-gritties of how we will adjust with the royalty, or will we not, they will say, sir, give us for 6 months, give us for 1 year, continue this for 5 years. Those will be our matters of discussion. What we are committing today is that the employees don't have to have that headache. Employees don't have to worry about this. The salaries will be paid by us. How we will future work around that is something that the subcommittees and the government and the district councils will work together, and we will stick only to the financial reforms and not intervene in the day-to-day functioning of the councils. I think I'm pretty clear, I think, of that.
Sir, one